Hello and welcome to Team Fortress TV. This is Admirable with Ips and John. We've got Mr. Slin here too. We're here for the ETF2L Season 16, powered by Blackout Gaming. Premiership Week 4 fixture, I think. It's going to be between Epsilon, eSports and Willie Wonka's Chocolate Factory. I think we're going to be getting to see a little bit of Badlands? No? What?
It's Metalworks in process.
Close.
Yeah, that's what's going down.
How you feeling about this game?
How we are feeling about this game? I don't know, Slin. Are you paying attention to Europe at the moment? What's going down?
Yeah. Can I just make some predictions before we start the match?
Of course. Just do it.
I think.
Go for it.
Well, I think some people are going to be upset when I make my prediction, but I think Epsilon's got this.
It's going to be over in 15 minutes. 2 quick maps. No problem. I'll go back to bed.
Oh my god.
Ips,
Some exciting European TFT.
I hope. My predictions are the same. I clearly see the advantage again in Epsilon's favor, but I also feel that these are two very rollout heavy maps. If you get the idea, like Cadis completely has the rollout on Metalworks on Knockdown, and he has Process, obviously the fastest rollout we've ever seen. So I don't know. Epsi knows how to deal with being slower to mids. I don't really see Willie Wonkas having a chance right now, but I'm always hoping for an upset in the end, even though I'm very biased against.
You're
Willie
just that
Wonkas.
Ips guy. You're biased.
Oh yeah, but if you count 1-on-1 together, you see that Epsilon is going to completely trash that, right?
Yeah, maybe. We were sort of ready to go live there, guys, but then they decided to change server again. John, what's the latest with that? Ips, Slin, does anybody know what's happening? John says he's changing the relay. And we're still on Badlands here in the old server. That's how I get confused. Mr. Slin, I'm so glad you're here.
I don't want to interrupt the Sega Dreamcast going on. The Ips ads.
Nah, I really need you. Like, I expected James to be my carry caster tonight, and he showed up like this. So this is the sacrifice I make.
Yes,
I'm
right. Casting
with an Asian to not cast alone. This is how far I will take it. This is my sacrifice for the TF2 community. Sorry, Slim. You're obviously one of the best Asian casters.
This Ips guy kind of rude.
A little bit rude, yes.
So, what are we gonna analyze? Do we want to give a little rundown on the rosters? I think everyone knows the Epsilon roster, but do you want to talk about the Willie Wonka's soldier change, Sabuzai to Scout, and how it affected them this season? I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
knock yourself out, buddy.
So, like, this idiot Ips guy got replaced with Nox at the beginning of this season, and Nox stepped in for Pocket Soldier. Zabuzai swapped to the aggressive scout role, and everything else stayed the same in Willie Wonkas. But so far what we've seen was a very, how do you say it, underwhelming season, if you want to say it like this. They were considered second by default from the beginning, but they really didn't live up to the standards of their roster, so it will be quite entertaining to see, and like interesting to see how they perform now, because I've been saying like a couple of weeks ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, we've been talking about the missing aggression coming out of the combo of Willie Wonkas, and now in the last couple of weeks, like last 2 weeks, I've been watching Tuned stream. I've seen that Nox plays a lot with gunboats now, so they have 2 gunboat soldiers, and they play a lot more aggressive with the soldier department in there. So
For
I don't
a bit
know.
of backstory, guys, you have to be aware that Ips wrote down some advice for teams on how to beat Willie Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Posted it up on YouTube, because he loves the scene so much, or he hates those guys so much. I don't know how I want to spin this one.
I wanted them to lose, so I made a YouTube video about the strategies of Willie Wonkas, but nobody really looked at it. Like, I don't know what TCM did, but it was all out there, and they didn't use my intel, so fuck these kids. So yeah, This is what I see Nox playing a lot more aggressive now and making a lot more room for Zabazai and Sam to actually utilize on their big DM. But I think they're meeting people now that are above their DM standards, and so far they could always just DM it. They could clutch like a 2-on-2 or 1-on-2 scout situation, soldier or demo situation. But now they're actually having people that are above their DM standards, and I think it's going to be a really tough one.
Yeah, you mentioned there about missing damage from the Willie Wonka's combo. I think, of course, you're talking about the way Nox plays Pocket. You don't seem to have much respect for that guy or his craft, if you will. Do you think if you have to, even a slightest chance here, he has to get aggressive, he has to start initiating things and not playing very passive?
I think it really has nothing to do with him in the end. I think it has more to do with the scout combo, like how long can they survive initial mids, how long can they survive a spam fight, how often do they throw their life into a stupid situation, and it really just comes down to this, like if you see Mikey and Absy, he obviously is a superb DMer and he's one of the best aimers out there, but he plays fairly passive as well. You will never see him going in and initiating fights or whatnot. He will always stay back and just secure his medic. So his style is kind of similar to Nox's style, but the scouts in the end are making a big difference, I feel. And obviously, like the roamer as well. I feel with Stefan, Bash, and Gear being such a clockwork in the end, being so used to each other and playing together for ages, they can't handle that.
You saying anybody could play in the combo in Epsilon? They just get carried by Gear and Stefan and Bash?
I would say nah. It like their aggression is reliant on Mike hitting shots and Unlocked and Mike completely really well playing together. But I think it's a thing in Apsy that you could replace one guy at the time always. You could always replace one scout, one Soli, maybe even a Demoman or Medic, because the overall chemistry in the game still remains the same. But as soon as you would replace, like now we've seen it with Raymond, imagine if with Nox leaving, Gear would have left as well. It would have opened like 2 new people, or they would have had to pick up 2 new people to the team, and I think that would have changed a lot. It's all about, for them, it's all about chemistry, and I feel the edge is definitely going towards the scouts here in Epsilon, because they're just superior in every way.
I keep pressuring Numlocked in interviews at the end of various games to discuss his future in TF2, and he mentioned the last time that he wasn't sure what's going to happen because he knew that he and Mike will probably not be playing next season, and something you maybe mentioned there, that if they have to replace 2 people, it's going to be tough. They mightn't continue. There might be some changes coming up, but I hear one team ready up, and maybe another. I do see 12 on the server. Calm down, Ips.
It's just one. Yeah, the thing is, the plan for Apsy at the moment is that they're probably going to take a break before I-52 it is, and they will... The part for the German part of, or the plan for the German part of Epsilon is to form an all-German, maybe not all-German team until close to I-52. And then they will reassemble as Epsilon and fight some Yankees off once again to make it a 2-1 instead of a tie now at the moment. So it's a very interesting time at the moment for TF2, because you can see it with a sad and with a smiley eye, because it's sad to see a team like this take a break because they're so bored of it, but it's also just opening up the games at the moment. Yeah, if they're too good, they're obviously just dominating the scene for 1.5 years now, or even more. So
you're talking about a German roster. Does that mean that MVP is coming back to replace Mike on Pocket? Are we going to have Ronnie on Medic? Is it going to be button bashers?
It's like Bash approached me a couple of weeks ago and was saying, or not a couple of weeks, a couple of days ago, saying that I think we're going live. They want to do a German roster. Are we in the pause? What is this?
We are live and in a pause, it seems. If you have to join us, this is Team Fortress TV's coverage of ETF2L Season 16, powered by Blackout Gaming Premiership Week 4 fixture between Epsilon eSports and Willie Wonka's Chocolate Factory. We're here for Metalworks and Process. This is Metalworks right now. It's map 1 with Admirable, Ips, Slin, and Jon. Slin, you still alive back there, buddy?
Yeah, I've been up all night. It's kind of sleepy. But I'm
poor
loving
agent.
your casting. I'm just
Yeah.
keeping company.
So
Like
the
a dream
idea,
come true.
the idea of Bash is
Oh, John's telling us here that there's been a timeout from Nox on the second mid. So
Oh,
big
God.
spoiler there.
Don't
The
spoil it.
first middle or the first round at least is going to be a pretty quick one, it seems. But I don't know if it goes to Epsilon or Willie Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Who do you think?
I think it's a technical pause by Nox, and he just plucked off his internet cable to give his team some time to talk about the next middle. This is what I would do at least.
You would wait until your 3 rounds down. Nox is straight in there after the first round.
I guess. Yeah, I would wait. I would wait a bit. He's just in for the win completely. So yeah, that's
Damn
what...
it.
Oh, we're
that
live
one
again.
paused.
Oh, it's unpaused.
Calm
pause,
down,
yeah.
calm down, calm down.
They're
We,
letting the player that dropped in.
If I may, we actually in North America had this Metalworks played last week for us, and it's quite interesting the mid fights on this map. So
You had a
think
great
the
match
Doberman will
between
probably,
IT and Mix-Up, right?
I think the
I'll
Doberman
watch
for this matchup will probably get there around the same time, but it'll probably come down to the scouts pushing across, doing
Do you
a ton
guys
of
do the
damage.
Keyless rollout now? You know that he's changed the game?
Oh, well, I don't really know what the Cadus rollout is. But
Oh
I'm
man,
sure
you
we'll
have
see
to
it
watch
soon.
it.
You know
Just
why?
watch it
Because
and
you
let
don't
your
have
jaw
good
hit the
demo
floor,
mints in
man.
NA.
Watch
Whoa, whoa,
Cadus.
whoa.
Everybody watch Cadus.
Which Cadus?
Oh, I can't find him. There he is. Did he hit that?
Yeah, he did. So he's like a lot faster than I'm logged on mid already. And he will go for initial damage on the demo and the scouts here on the top right corner.
Beefed it.
This first sticky doesn't find Numlock. He's rolling out lower, and Cadus' line of sight wasn't great there to do damage. But now
The control point is being contested.
To keep this last one interesting, but they're just pushing into last, I guess, right now with the advantage. They have 100% on the medic.
here comes Raymond in from that left-hand side, and the defender's perspective. He's slightly behind his team, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. I don't think Willie Wonka's Chocolate Factory's heart is really in this last defense. It's going to be a quick cap as they just step forward onto that point. And we're going to go to the second middle with only 1 minute and 20 seconds played. What's that all about?
I have no idea what this first minute was all about because of the pause, so we will actually get our first intel here on the second one. But it seems like they were shutting down Cadus relatively fast here with the soldier and the scout, so let's keep attention to that.
Look at Cadus. Oh, this was through the point where Nox timed out. Whatever. Cadus is sticking the lobby. He's not even going to contest. I don't think this is the strategy there. Just literally down a player here. And whenever that's your caller as well, probably not the wise idea to just go in and try and roll the dice against a team like Epsilon. The house always wins, man. You're always going to come out behind in that situation. And Epsilon, they smell something fishy, man. You know, they're not going to commit to this either. There's Mike just perched up on the roof. You got a lot of players playing around Raymond, but nobody really moving forward.
Yeah, they could expect like a crit streak or even a spy nerd play by the Wonka nerds. You never know, like
I would love
kind
to
of
see
creative
that.
what you can do in that situation. Yeah, I don't know what he's ever going to do that really. And you can see actually Epsilon here pushing into the alley on the far left hand side, taking room already. So they're definitely testing out their possibilities and how far they can go in without actually committing players.
Oh, they've been spotted. They're bringing the hate to Ali, and the
Cadus
spam
down.
is coming in from. But Cadus gets rushed by Stefan. 2 pops to save himself. I think he's down to half health there. And now the Uber coming from Raymond, and 2 Nuts is already out there. He's running with his tail between his legs all the way on to Aston.
Zebo
Raymond
switching
actually popped there.
sniper. But he's getting
Yeah.
shut down instantly by aggression on last. That's very late by that soldier. Who's that? It's Mike. So Mike read it
it was
really
Mike.
well. That the remaining players would recycle like a heavy pyro or sniper on last, and he would initiate the aggression on last already, just keeping them a spawn. And it's 2 rounds on the board really quickly. Like we're talking 3.5 minutes on Metalworks here.
And now, if you're Willie Wonkas, you've been putting in hard hours to train here, and it's all going just to shit right at the start. That's so heartbreaking. Hopefully, they can dig deeper. Cadus destroys Numlock, walks forward, but finds himself just a little bit overextended, almost beat it out there. But he quickly remembered how many times he's died in the past to Stefan. A bash drops back, and Zog gets the big, massive bomb there. Imps, what exactly happened?
Yeah, Numlock was just really weak initial of the mid,
Numlock's in.
and Yeah, he's gonna die now to roll this. So he was really weak from the beginning of the mid, so a lot of people had to play relatively aggressive around him to make some space for him actually getting healed up, and soldiers utilized on them being clumped up and had some, like, I think 3 nice rockets onto 2 people and got 2 picks together with Nox, so 2 soldiers taking out 3 people. That's half the team. Really fast frags coming in here. Look at the Epsilon setup, I like it already. They have a pyro relatively close to the gates. If the Nubids coming in through the middle section, they will completely deny it, but Bash realizes that there's something going on the right side, so yeah, I see him changing his position, trying to just juggle that Uber, and they're just coming in, destroying him completely. I think they will play on the point to bait people on it, and this is such a poor Uber here for Willie Wonka. It's really messy play. I think they wanted to play this a lot different, and it's not going to end well for them. I'm going to explain you soon what happened. Yeah, 6 people down. So they were sacrificing people on the point actually to just drag the attention of Epsilon towards that point, and so they could focus their spam on there, but they had 2 people dying instantly to the same idea, and that's never what you want to do. You want to sacrifice maybe 1 or not even 1 to that spam, and it didn't work so well. But Mike actually getting taken down, so that's a lot of DM missing here on that middle approach.
Yeah, they isolated Zebasai there at Ali, and coming in as a soldier with a height disadvantage against the scout. It wasn't in his favour. Even the best soldier in the world struggles, and he didn't manage to get the frag there. But Gear's holding on here. He's spamming black box rockets, waiting for the Mike respawn. And there's still like 20 seconds here before 2Nuts is going to get his charge. So they know they have got a window of opportunity. They might still go with it. Looks like Numlunk wants to, man. They're moving forward.
Yeah, they will. But just if Mike is back with them. Like, they're not pushing before that because it will be stupid. They know their chances is higher when Mike's actually there, and he's there now. He arrived with them. They're just spamming them out. Look at Mike having like superior positioning here, together with his medic. So we will see. Oh, they get forced. That's unfortunate. And Willie Wonka has the charge on them. They will pop. They will fight. It's gonna look like a good exchange for Willie Wonka. See who can find the next frag. But yeah, this is kind of thing. You can have a good Uber against, or an Uber advantage against Epsilon. If you're not utilizing, you don't have good focus fire. You don't find frags within that Uber, you will get absolutely crushed while overextending. It's a common thing we see, that people think, okay, we have 5 seconds longer Uber, we can just overextend a bit because we're safe heals wise, and then it can just get taken off by a nice rocket and a scout scattergun. So that what happened.
The interesting thing for me there was that Raymond was very happy to hold the Uber for a long time, and didn't actually pop until he had the man advantage, until Zebo had died, and then the trade didn't even matter that much because they were already ahead when it faded. Right now on this point though, we're going to see a bomb in from Salt. Manages to get Raymond there, the man we were just talking about. It'll be interesting to see if he respawns with crits, but right now we do see Epsilon taking territory but losing their medic, losing that all-important Uber advantage. Well, all unimportant, as we just see Epsilon turning people over without Uber so far this game. Let's see, he is on crits, Krieg, and we're going to see some big damage numbers coming out in the next 40 seconds. I'm getting a little bit excited. Samsy's scouting ahead here, as the name would suggest. He's going to just see what the setup here is of Epsilon. He spots not many people underneath, most of them. A sacrificial bomb from Gear. He will go down to a sticky on the floor from Kaden and gotten body slammed into the ground. And there's actually a scout drawing eyes behind here as well. Epsilon
do you see the crits on Raymond?
No.
Crits on Raymond, yeah. So they will bait them. They will try to force them on middle. They will force them on middle now and then try to repush with the crit charge. Epsilon, that is, obviously. They will try to just force them with spam. You see then, they're just really poking. Crits is hot, and they pop in. So it's Uber versus crits. But again, Epsi finds that one frag that they need to equalize. Nox takes out Raymond. That was a huge bomb. That was really well played by Nox, really aggressive.
Nox and Zebo down right now. Zebo died quite a while ago. He's going to respawn pretty soon, but the rest of his team are going to be just joining that spawn queue as he's about to go out. But Kadis, last man alive here on the front lines, he's going to back off, spamming random pipes to ward off any chasing Epsilon players. But already the scouts are ahead onto the point. Going to see that ×4 come into effect. I really don't expect to see anyone from Willie Wonka's Chocolate Factory contesting this one. They're going to be back on last. Let's see what their defensive setup is. They're going to stay cookie cutter here.
Default, yeah. It's just default setup. You see them poking aggressive already. It's like they want to push out of last. They don't want to defend against Epsi, so they have the cookie cutter setup. They have 2 scouts, 2 soldiers, 1 demo, 1 medic to just push out. And we'll see they are spamming on the left side right now, just trying to find damage, trying to find an overextender or a frag. It's very interesting. I would expect them to have like someone switching to soldier, to heavy or sniper or whatever the next seconds. Oh, it's actually a pyro play coming in from
Big
70.
sticky trap there as well. Those 2 soldiers were walking forward. Mike and Gear were just being beat a little bit by Gates. Now
Yeah.
we do see the cleanup there from Bash, who spots out those 4 stickies and takes them out. I wonder, will the pyros stay on the field now that they've bought enough time to get their charge up? Looks like they're going to commit. Sam's thinking about it. He's going to go back and switch off the scout. And there are picks available here for Willie Wonkas if they want to choose. There is like 2 frags on the flanks that could, but the Uber comes in on Minutes Gear.
Oh, Raymond.
It's just holding off the
Again, the
flank
frag.
there.
Again, the frag in the Uber exchanges where nothing should really happen, but the Uber exchange, they again find Zebuzai. So it's at the moment a lot of him giving away picks, but Salt, 2 frags here on both scouts, so that will enable Willie Wonkas to push out in second here. If they don't, and Samsy finding Numlock, so that should be at least the middle point as well for them if they keep on pushing. That's very well played.
Man, if you're playing Roamer against Epsilon and you manage to trade it and get 1 scout, that's like
That's
superb.
huge already.
If you trade and get both, it's your birthday, baby. Congratulations to Salt
Salt
Bon
really
anniversary.
pulling his weight right now. Look at him. So they can just... I don't know why they're not fast at the moment, because their scouts are not in mid-ad. The scouts are actually in mid right now. They just arrived. But I would have expected to Willie Wonkas being a lot more aggressive on mids than they are at the moment. So maybe the 2 rounds on the board already are a bit like, you know, scaring them or risking too much, because the 3rd round not in their favor would be devastating for that map.
Yeah, this has been a good sort of passage of play. Willie Wonkas have demonstrated that they can at least control the pace of the game a little bit. It's not a runaway freight train here. They are actually holding on for dear life and might be able to produce something here. But there's Nox going to go down. Getting the heals from 2 nuts there. He was sort of in on his own, it seemed there.
Yeah, he was trying to find a frag as well, and he just got taken off, and it's not going to be a good exchange for Willie Wonkas. Look at the health from 2 nuts. He's 34 HP. As soon as this Uber fades, and that's now, he has to retreat. He might even go down now. So look, they have to run away to last to make their medic survive, and because of that, Stefan and Mike together, they can just find the overextenders in lobby, because no heals are available for Willie Wonkas. Oh, Mike is destroying on the right side. Did you see that rocket? That kid is just enormous. Jesus.
Mike, the TF2 Messiah didn't work here, and looks like Epsilon are going to continue to hammer home and clean up these remaining Willie Wonkas players 1 by 1 by 1, and it's going to be 3-0 here.
So it's always this in the transitions and even in the Uber fights. There's always this one little pick that Willie Wonkas gets away. It's like Zep dying, Nox dying, stupid situation that makes it a 5v6 fight in the end. And FC will just gladly take that. Like, they know they have the superior DM, so they will wait for that one pick and they will destroy you. So we will see how Wonkas will cope with that now.
Oh, Cadis has absolutely destroyed Gear. He's just been taken out of this middle. He's picking up the kit and he's still not even full health. And Cadis now getting pressured out by a scout here, and wow! Kills himself with the pipe. Having eaten a few meat shots there from Stefan. Numlock's gone down at the same time though, so that just equalised things. It's made it a fairly even game in terms of numbers, but there's just a much superior position there for Epsilon on that middle point.
Yeah, Stefan is just like, they know that the advantage for Willie Wonkas initially on the mids is Cadis being fast and putting out a lot of damage. So if this one scout can kite his damage, they will just destroy Cadis. And so Uber is actually getting forced here so early. 20% more on the Absi Uber, so we will see what's going on. Gear actually a bit overextending here, so he will get taken off once. Watch out.
Yeah, especially when you consider that he's got that black box. Even whenever the Uber's phased, he can only do like 3 rockets worth of damage before he has to start reloading. It's not really ideal in those pocket situations.
That was a well-played push by Wonkas, because they want to get that Uber out of Epsi before Mike arrives again in that Uber fight with this 4 rockets available. So they just forced on Gear, that is, with his black box, and he can't really do much, and he just overextended. He gave the pick, but you see the difference being that Epsilon knows when they are men down, they just retreat. They take the higher grounds with the soldiers, the scouts on the right side, and they let Willie Wonkas push into them. And Willie Wonkas, whenever they lost a guy on their second, they were just waiting in default position, just letting Epsi come towards them and not utilizing on any higher grounds advantages that there are. So it's a bit of a different reaction to when you're man down, and Epsi just pulls out completely basically when they lose a player.
Yeah, like Gear going down there, I don't think he himself thought he was going to get anything done, but it was almost like a little test for Willie Wonkas. They're going to give them a man advantage and see if they want to push it. Right now, though, as the play goes on, Ubers have been traded in the
Nox.
valley, and no Hades for anyone else. Nox is chasing, though, but it's really all the heads into the combo. Now Nox finds himself slightly outnumbered, decides to go forward there. Questionable. Zebo's gone down as well, and those are two players that we see go
Same
down
shit.
a lot in these Ubers.
They get very greedy right now and then. Like, Nox is starting to lose his temper, maybe, I don't really know, but he's playing a lot more aggressive than I'm seen him playing in the last 2 weeks, and he's
solo
not
for
used to
Raymond.
that. Sold on Raymond, but I don't think it will matter. Like, look at that. 6 times on the point. If someone just flags... Mike, did you see Mike? What the fuck? You didn't see Mike, that was unfortunate. Mike just got destroyed in a rocket jump of his. And Zebazar and Sam actually like returning good frags here. Numlord and Bash going down, so that's a lot of damage losing, a lot of damage lost for Epsilon right now. And do you see that setup on middle? That's what I'm talking about. They have a scout hiding in lower, soldiers on the higher ground just spamming off, and they're ready to cope with that man down that they have, and they will retreat whenever they have to. They know which fight to take, and Gear's actually in trying to force. He's not doing it though, so they will retreat. You will see Epsi falling out. Look at them, they're all retreating alley. If Willie Wonkas are fast, they can catch them off guard through the lobby section here, but they aren't. So
They're coming
Epsi
under.
again is
They
just
might be
getting
fast enough. It's crits.
crits. Drop
Didn't
Cadis. It's
spot that.
not going to be a good Uber. They have people behind them. They're completely sandwiched, so they will not find a lot of frags here. It's all up to Gear staying alive in the flank. It's actually Mike that has to stay alive in the flank right now. And that kid is actually not only good at DM, he's also very smart. So he's just controlling the alley completely. Gear putting in the same situation, so look at that.
Salt bombs
No
in,
aggression
so
really
trying
finding
to
frags, so that's really good.
try to initiate for Zebo there. It just seemed like the coordination was out by a few seconds, and they just died sort of one after the other.
One by one, yeah.
And the Kritzkrieg still in effect here. 2 Nuts actually has an Uber advantage at the minute, but now Epsilon have shown their hand. They know, I mean, Willie Wonkas know that it's going to be Kritzkrieg that they will be facing next, and we've seen them. Both teams quite happy to sit back in these Uber stalemates until somebody makes a mistake, not really going in too blindly here. We do see a sniper on the field though from Zeba's side, so that might change things up. He obviously feels that is the answer to Kritzkrieg. He's going to try and dome Raymond or Numlocked or whoever that isn't invulnerable. And they're trying to beat out the crits here, and they do get the force. Numlocked is put up against an invulnerable soldier there, and as such can't do any damage. He's going to get cleaned up, but then the flank of Epsilon comes in just to try and equalise things. They're really trying to trade for frags. Stefan putting on a lot of her onto Salt, who's down to 5. And Bash is going to know this information. He's going to hear that Salt is 5 HP because of Stefan's kill cam. He himself creators having getting chased down by Sam's the little German on German action.
Yeah, that was a comical moment there for Bash. Awesome. A bit of a overextend, right? Of Epsi. You wouldn't think that it would just run into an Uber like this, and Nox just single Ubering into that crit charge. Gave them a lot of frags, and that was weird. The first real mistake we saw with Epsi doing this match.
Raymond's going to respawn with crits. Again, they are going to stubbornly stick to this one, and it creates a strange dynamic here. Epsilon find themselves 3 rounds up with 12 minutes left on the clock, and they're going to stick with crits. Here it comes, Numlock pops up with crits. Nox gets taken out there in the lobby area. Now Kiedis jumps in and dies as well, gives away a cheap frag there, I think. What's he expecting to do there?
You mean Nox against... Oh, you mean Cadis? Yeah, I don't know.
Kiedis.
Cadis just...
What year
I don't know, he thought that people would be distracted in the crit charge because basically it was an all-in call for Willie Wonkas, but they weren't. They expected the Epsilon expected the aggression and just utilized on the fact of
this is
being
a horrible
on
Uber here for 2 Nuts. Yeah. He's popped and his soldier got juggled back there.
Destroyed. Wow.
This is just like head in your hands moment. You're like, could that Uber have gone any worse? Now they've given away
the third air pipe that Numlock hit on the same soldier, bro. You didn't even see that. You can talk about Numlock being slow as long as you fucking want. That guy's hitting his pipes when it matters. That was fucking enormous. Jesus, what a nice pipe.
How's that a pipe that matters? One guy
Because
going against
the
five.
roaming soldier
Whatever.
jumped his combo. He had to. He had to hit it.
Here comes Crits in from the flank. 2 Nuts has gone down instantly, having popped his Uber earlier, unable to protect himself. Raymond gonna get an Uber saw there onto Salt just as they cap the point. And that's gonna make it 4-0 here. If you have just joined us, this is Team Fortress TV with Admirable, Ips and John. We're gonna take you to the 5th middle of this map, and even though the scoreline suggests it's been a roll, it's been quite an intense match at least, Ips.
I would disagree, but yeah, it's been kind of. It had its stalemate frag exchange moments, but so far I have seen none or like Epsilon always been in control. So let's talk about the mid now.
I'm checking out the Epsilon combo, just playing very solidly up there. Raymond keeping himself protected inside that corridor area. Numlock thrown out to Slaughter there, he's gone down. Salt picking up that frag, and Samsey onto Bashes. Epsilon find themselves just hemorrhaging players there, and they do wisely back out and keep their medic up, and they'll be able to trade Uber here to buy time for those respawns if they choose to do so.
No.
Mike is trying to hit Kadis, who's dancing around on those iron sheets. Raymond's running out looking for Mike. Oh, Raymond committed to save Mike and then had to Uber to save himself. Now Gear is stuck here with this goddamn black box. He gets the frag onto 2 Nuts. They need to check the fight right now because Salt is coming in. Salt's unseen here, hops in, Kadis is already in. They're just turning it into a real melee here as it goes for a free-for-all here, Ips. And it looks like Epsilon are going to clean up on that situation.
That's what I mean, like in these Uber trades,
Alert. The control point
when
is
it...
being captured.
Let's see what he's doing actually. Yeah, he's going for backup soon, I think. He's not going for...
Oh, he
will
wants
wait
the
for the
respawn
front
pick.
spawn. But the respawn ain't coming in, right? Is it? Let's see.
They're going to spawn forward.
No. They're not spawning forward. They're walking the charge in. And he hears it. He hears the soldier jump in.
This is cat and
So
mouse
he's behind
stuff.
that soldier now. He's behind that medic and that soldier.
Needs 2 shots here.
And
First one
he's
isn't
fucking
good.
whiffing it. Well played, Zebazai. You're definitely a main scout.
Oh wow, wow, rude.
So this is the situation when there's an Uber exchange going on. Apps, always finds these frags afterwards. You know what I mean? In the flank, in the main field, and this is not what's going on for Willie Wonkas right now. If it's a bad Uber, they can't equalize with frags. They can't find these frags. So it's a very big edge actually that Epsilon has for them. And Raymond has crits, bro, and they're pushing from underneath into second.
Still.
They will try to crits Numlock here.
The control point
Is the crits coming in? Yeah, they're coming in, but Uber popped from 2 Nuts very nicely, saving everyone here. And they get destroyed. Salt again, 2 frags with that Uber charge, and they're playing tight together. So now Epsilon can't find frags really. They can't find 2 Nuts. They can't find the scout on the flank separated, and they're keeping together. They're playing as a force, as a team, and then they win this exchange. So this is the first real exchange I think we saw Wonkas winning, you know, without losing 3 people on the flank.
Is it too late, man? Only 8 minutes left. Good to see a nice little serve there from 2 Nuts, managing to revive and giving his team an advantage here. But Raymond's still running crits, and as Wonkas move forward, they're just trying to see if they can get the point for free almost. But they have to be thinking, wow, Raymond's been running crits for like the last 4 or 5 lives. Expect
Again,
the crits
crits
free,
ready.
and they have to back off.
And they're running. They're running with the tail between their legs. They're on mid setup. And I think the bus will now go towards Salt, maybe. Yeah, you see Salt getting buffed right now. Nox actually has 300. Salt has 200. And they pop in Uber. And Raymond survives. Raymond survives in lobby with his crits. Raymond, get out! What are you doing? Nice. Raymond survives this. So they can recycle with the crits. They will crits their soldier now. Raymond very, very weak. He will get taken down any second. Actually takes the med pack, so he survives that. Very.
You got Kadis
I'd
behind
say-
lines there, man. He's 48 HP. He's eating black box rockets from Gear, and he's gonna go down there. And Zebasai, only man alive, is fighting it out on
He will get
alleys,
the
but get
switch.
focused down, and that's pretty much a wipe right
That's
there.
one of the problems as well I see in this team is that
our control point.
one thing is that Ryder teach the European scene is that you have to die together in suicidal waves, right? Because you want to be in the next respawn waves to attack together. And we just seen Willie Wonkas dying, like Kadis died, and then 4 seconds later Zeba died, and 5 seconds before that the rest of the team died. So they will all like spawn separate from each other most of the time, and there will not be a setup for us to defend them. And now the scouts actually, or the medic went down. What happened there? Did you see it?
I did not, but Stefan is trying to equalize the situation, picks up 2, gets both scouts there, Stefan. schooling these kids on how to run that scattergun, and there's Salt giving chase to this escaping soldier. It is Mike trying to get out there on 96 HP. He's made it back to middle. Remon is back on the field, and he's still going to be running that crit screed. 2 nuts as a full charge here. And really ball in Willie Wonka's court here. How do they want to proceed? We've seen a few less than impressive Ubers so far. Here comes Gear. He gets the call of the almost going to be big force there.
And
Magic rockets.
He's out. He will. Nox gets him, but a lot of that Uber just
Control point is being contested.
is there to get the frag on Gear in the end. So it's not really an effective Uber, but Mike gets destroyed by a pipe of Nox Cadis here actually, so they have to retreat, and that's really just damage here that they utilize on that Cadis puts out. So Stefan focuses him down really quickly, and that keeps Epsilon in the mid. That Cadis just died by Stefan, keeps Epsilon hot here. Now Bash out and the crits is in. Can Mike find more strikes? Tuna's down, Nox down. Wow.
Oh man,
And
I think they
Zebusai
forgot
down.
about the crits, Craig. I think they forgot
I
about
think
the
they
crits,
also forgot
Craig.
about Mike. Like, what is going on? You guys can't fool with this kid. That's a bit of a weird situation.
Look at
here.
Salt
I
and
didn't
Sam here,
expect Tuna to
looking
jump.
for frags. They're about to jump up onto Emon. He jumps down as Salt jumps up. Played him like a
Willie
fool.
Wonkas has to stop dying here. This is again what I've been talking about. The respawn waves, you can't die one by one. Now they have 2 people down in last. Zebusai respawning as the sniper already, so they will set up with that. But I hope that sword goes like heavy or something, because they have to play against such a huge crit screen advantage that they have to counter it either with a pick to Zebusai or like with a guy reflecting or taking a lot of that damage. So it's a pyro heavy here, but they're actually just setting up with Samzy on the scout. So where is Sam actually playing? Do you see him? They're
comes
critting
the
in, they're
crits.
critting in.
Unlocks
They're
first
really
stick, he does
cautious
a lot
with
of damage.
crits. Oh, Kid is down. Kid takes down Numlock. Very well played.
And these crit rockets that are flashed here aren't enough. Raymon's gone down. There's a scout on the point though. They're trying to just brute force this one. Both scouts.
Hold on,
ham
hold on,
here.
hold on. What? Can someone confirm that to me? Did Ye just destroy Sam with the black box with an air shot? Can someone? I'm not reading chat right now.
John
Wow,
says yes. he
John
did.
is confirmed. I've seen it on the far left side from the defender's perspective that Gear destroyed someone with an air shot, and I think it was Sam. Huge fucking air shot, Gear, my man. What the fuck is going on? That kid has been practicing, or not? I don't know. He definitely destroyed Sam right now, so that was an anticlimactic ending to that Metalworks. Definitely for Sam, if you want to talk about mindsets for the next map here.
Yeah. Just bringing up the logs real quick. I'm going to tell you that Mike put out 333 damage per minute. The numbers are decent enough. Nothing too incredible, but we did see a fairly standoffish game at times.
Yeah.
Both teams having to just wait for a clear opportunity before doing anything too crazy. In terms of medic stats, let's look at this. Kills and assists per death. The people that 2 nuts has been healing haven't really been getting the frags, it seems. Maybe that's just sort of
Second.
telling us something about the effectively their
1 second,
Ubers and
James.
pushes.
People are getting angry because we're not giving Slin a word. We completely forgot about him. Slin, bro, you're still here.
No,
we
it's
know you're
cool.
still here.
It's cool. I'm
Talk,
enjoying
bro.
your cast.
Give us your insight. You're our insight man. You're our technical, analytic guy.
I think it's a good match. It's just it's tough to watch because Epsilon is just playing at the next level, you know? The Willie Wonka's Chocolate Factory has potential. The Uber fights aren't that bad, and they're coming out of some scenarios actually on top, but it's the off Uber fights that are really going in Epsilon's way. The focus fire, the team play is so much better.
Did you see the scouts? Did you hear that? Wow, that was
You
weird.
just fall off your chair.
No, that was my fucking thing. If you look at the logs, Zebusai played 8 to 20 stats. He had a KD of 0.4. Samzy played 10 to 11. So that's what I've been telling you before this match. The scouts matter the most in these games. So, or at least for these 2 teams. So that's really, really, really weird. And if John could stop whispering in my ear, that would be so good, but he doesn't, so fuck it. So yeah, that's the scouts of Willie Wonka's really slacking it at the moment, right? Like if you look at the locks, I know locks don't always say the truth, but it seems they're not finding their frags.
They tend to play by themselves and get picked off before or after the fights. And also, a lot of times the Uber exchange will happen, and then Epsilon will back out, and Stefan and Bash just run in there and kill everything. which is
Yeah.
just silly. So
Yeah, like most of those Uber exchanges that went poorly, Zebasai was one of the first people to go down. He was more often than not there for the cleanup, and even when he respawned, the fight was already over. Whatever. But yeah, the
18,
Epsilon stats have
20.
always, or the Epsilon scouts have always done a great job of staying alive for that